them kicks at? Where them hands? Where them holes? Where them throws? You know what I'm saying? See,
I'm not going to do my usual citing of other people's footage that I like to do. I may, but I don't think I will for this one. Because I'm so annoyed with this individual that I don't even think he deserves that. You know what I'll do? I might find a picture of him to put in here, just so you know who I'm talking about. His name is Xiaodong. I think I'm saying it right. I hope I am. Xiaodong is a man from China, a Chinese man, who goes around beating up traditional martial artists to prove that their art sucked. He's a guy that had beaten up, I think it was a Wing Chun master earlier in 2018 to prove that the traditional martial arts need to upgrade their game. So apparently he'd been talking smack about traditional martial arts, and then he started talking smack about Muay Thai kickboxing, and I think he may have taken some jabs at jiu-jitsu as well. Well, what happened to him is that he went to a Muay Thai gym and bit off more than he could chew. Now, the footage I saw, I guess I'm going to have to show something. The footage I saw looked to me like Xiaodong tried to kick the Muay Thai fighter a little too hard, and then the Muay Thai fighter lost a little bit and just went back at him as hard as Xiaodong kicked him. Now, that guy really, really hard in the side of the knee. And then the guy just came back with the same level of contact. Now, you may think that I don't like Xu Xiaodong just because he's dragging on traditional arts and I'm a traditional artist. It's not just that. People like Xu Xiaodong are the reason why back in the day people thought that I was what some people call dojo busters. And I was not a dojo buster. I was actually looking for lessons. If you don't know what a dojo buster is, they like to go around to different martial arts clubs or schools, and they want to go around, they want to challenge people to sparring matches. And what they'll do is they'll beat the people up, and then they'll talk smack about the school, talk smack about the style. Now, you got different types of dojo busters. You got some people who are overt with what they're doing. I challenge you, and that's what they do. Some other dojo busters you got, they come in there and act like, I just want to try out the class. I want to try out the class. You know, I just want to come in and spar. Can I come in and spar and work out with you guys? And if you're like most martial artists, you're like, sure, I'm eager to work out with somebody else or have my students work out with somebody else. You know, maybe, we could learn something. So if we lose, we don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. We just think, oh, well, someone is showing something that we need to work on. Better for it to happen in class than to happen, in a real fight when the stakes could be you end up in the hospital. But see, some of those guys will come to there acting like they have good intentions, and then they come in there and try to wail on people and end up trying to hurt someone. But see, what happens to a lot of those type of guys is they end up getting beat up themselves because they come in there and they're trying to beat folks. Then the folks that they're trying to beat are better than them, and then the person that the buster is trying to beat ends up whipping them and putting hurting on them. So like that. This is and I hate to use Styles as an example. And I'm not gonna say the name of the martial artist who told me he did this to people. But you know what? I won't say the style either. There was a particular style of people, and this style is very popular with the American public. If you take this style, people automatically assume that you can fight. Okay? People from that style would go to this particular grandmaster and come in there and flat out try to challenge him. And he said he just let them line up against the wall and he deal with them after class. And one by one they come in and one by one he'd whoop them. I was almost inclined to not believe him, even though I got a lot of respect for him. I thought maybe it happened a few times and he may have just been, exaggerating. But then we have a meeting of my part-time job, not just martial arts instructors, people who instruct any classes at the rec centers. And I know it didn't happen in my center, but they gave out this edict. No one can come in and try out classes anymore, especially martial arts classes, because someone came into a martial arts class and then and then the martial arts teacher did and it was a big nightmare and all this other stuff. So you don't do that anymore. And while they're talking about it, they're looking at me like they know I would do something like that. And I'm looking at them like it wasn't me. They say, we know it wasn't you, but maybe they know that I knew him, or that I know him. And so there you go. I don't like people like that. What do you gain or prove by beating up someone else other than that you're a fighter than that person? That does not mean that that person's style is garbage. I'll give you an example and I will use a style. Because I have, in real fights, I've beaten up some people that take boxing. I haven't been in that many fights. Does that mean I could step to Mike Tyson? Even Mike Tyson not in his prime, if I step to Mike Tyson right now, would you put money on me or would you put money on Iron Mike? I think you'd put money on Iron Mike. I'd put money on Iron Mike. But I've beaten up a boxer. See where I'm going? It's never the style. It's the person. Now, why I like my style that I've put together is that my style has been put together to address the specific need of you may have to defend yourself against somebody, you may have to hit them, or you may have to defend yourself against somebody and you can't really afford to hit them, but you do need to know how to deal with people who are trying to hit you, hence the cross training in judo. So you may have to, just to give you more options. And you don't have to know that many judo pins to restrain someone. You need to know the ones in the first set. Those are more than enough to be able to restrain a single person. Okay? And I'm not saying judo is useless at the advanced levels, no. But we're talking about what you absolutely positively need, the what do you call it? The Rokyo no Kata. Those techniques and pins are more than enough for what most of us who are civilians would need. The first 3 or 4 pins. I would even say your versions of Kesagatami and then your Yoko Shiragatami are more than enough to hold somebody down. Still be good to know some throws. Modify the throws so that you don't hurt them. And then you've got a good set to work with there, but you're also going to need your striking knowledge and knowledge from Taekwondo in its forms to deal with the swings and attacks that'll come at you that you don't deal with in grappling contests. So that's what I like about my style. But that doesn't mean that my style makes me the ultimate best person in the world at everything. And it doesn't mean that I would endorse any of my students or myself doing what Xiaodong does or did. Because I don't think it's right. You're going to go, I want to try and test your people. You know what? If you want to test, this is what I tell people. If you really want to test, if you want to see how good you are, if you want to feel like you're the best, if you want to prove that you're really better than all these other people, that you're the ultimate, dopest, most competent fighter in the world, why don't you become a professional fighter? Fight in the ring. Make some money fighting at the ring. Become a professional fighter, and that way you'll benefit the people who make money around professional fighting. You can get a trainer, you'll benefit him or her, get some people on your staff, benefit the people who promote fights, benefit the people who want to come watch a fight, benefit the people who are going to get paid to host the arena. Why don't you do that? If you want to challenge people, if you want a real challenge, how about challenging people who fight on a professional level who are prepared and ready for you? Because really, what I call what they do, I call it wife beating. It's just like a man that beats his wife. If you really feel like a particular style or group of styles is that inferior because you feel like you've gotten their weaknesses down and you know how to exploit them, what are you gaining by beating the crap out of them? If you want to do something for them other than beating them up, offer to give them a seminar. Some of them will take it. And you know what? If they're too proud or arrogant to not take it, then that's on them. Then when they get beat up for real, when the stakes are truly high, that's fine. That's their fault. That's their bad. You offered to give them some kind of help. They didn't want to take it. They get beat up. That's on them. But to go around and trash people, and like he's beating up people that are like past their prime and stuff like that. So you beat them up. And so I guess you expect all of their students, like a bad kung fu movie. I guess Xiaodong watched movies where, okay, so like their students are going to leave their teacher and come follow you after you just beat their teacher up in front of them. If their students do that, then those are bad students. Why would you want people like that? They're disloyal. If anything, you might create some enemies. One of their students might go, oh yeah, all right. So you beat up my teacher, I respect. That's all right. That's all right, player. That's all right. I'm just going to train, and one day I'm going to come kick your butt and see how you like it. But you see, what goes around comes around. He went around beating up on them people, and then he tried to pull that stuff on that Muay Thai guy, and the Muay Thai guy came up with them flying knees, the Muay Thai knees. Oh, you ain't see it. The Muay Thai knees, boy, just woom. Good God. Well, he jumped into it. He was like, aha! Jumped up into that knee. So that's why I don't feel sorry for Xiaodong. Don't be a bully, man. Don't go around beating up people like that. For what? For no money. Nobody benefits. And in the end, the people who are on your side, laughing at them for getting beat up, and now laughing at you for getting beat up. Because it's all on a lot of the videos and message boards. People saying it's karma, and they're saying what goes around comes around. So if there's a moral, stop dojo busting people, especially Xiaodong. And one more thing, there's one more type of dojo buster. The people that want to come in there and try the person that's teaching the class. And I'm not just talking about myself. I guess common sense told me a long time ago, if somebody is being paid to teach a particular skill, I'm probably not better than them at that skill unless I'm being paid that skill myself. And even if I'm being paid to teach that skill myself, I still might not be as good as they are. If they are more talented or better trained and or have more experience at it than I do. Because in the end, there's always somebody that's just as good as you or better. So that's why you just shouldn't fight unless it's absolutely necessary. And stop trying to sneak spar. Sneak sparring where I just want to go light contact. And the next thing you know, you're trying to wail on the person, even though you're just supposed to be going light contact or you're just supposed to be going 50%. And then you come out and then go all out on the person. No more Xiaodong. Let's just train in martial arts. So, thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this with people who like to talk about the martial arts. And peace.